Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got some very big updates that you as a crypto investor must know. Knowledge is power, and when you have all the information that you need, you can make informed decisions when it comes to the crypto market and investing in it, of course. So big updates. We got a $1 million Bitcoin prediction. We got news of a politician endorsing Bitcoin, another politician, because there have been a handful that have been on board for a long time. We also got some big updates from BitGo and their respective work they're doing in New York, as well as the Dallas Mavericks accepting Dogecoin. So we're going to break it down and much more. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, heads up, I will be interviewing Hester Pierce, Commissioner of the SEC, next week. You don't want to miss that update. We're going to talk about the crypto regulations and much more. And that will be hopefully live on Monday. Also, I'll be interviewing next week Walter Koch here, if I'm saying his last name correctly, and I should know how to say his last name by now, but he's the CEO of Energy Web, and they just recently did work for Ripple, making the XRP ledger essentially energy proficient. They're also working with Bitcoin miners to do the same. So big things. I'm looking to invest in the Energy Web token, so you don't want to miss that interview, my friends. Now, let's take a look at the market. Not much happening. Bitcoin's still in its correction phase. If you've been subscribed to this channel, I told you guys, look, the green candles we saw could potentially be the breakout to 65, 70K. However, I said the flip side of the coin, so to speak, we could keep moving sideways. You could still see more red candles because we need to build some more consolidation levels here before we break out, right? We are going to head upwards. That is certainly without a doubt, because we're in a bull market, stock to flow model predicting $100,000 plus. But along the way, you have corrections and consolidations, which are healthy, which helps the market grow. Nothing goes up in a straight line. There has to be corrections and healthy corrections along the way. Now, here's an interesting update. Michael Saylor, and we had talked about this on the channel for months now. Apple, Google, and Facebook, one of them will make a move on Bitcoin, says Michael Saylor. Now, he spoke to Elon Musk and he told him to buy Bitcoin, and Elon went and did it. So I believe him, and I believe Michael, he held the initiative Bitcoin for Corporations. You guys remember I interviewed him a month ago, and he informed a lot of the CFOs and treasurers and so forth at companies on how to buy, custody, and put Bitcoin on your balance sheet. And that knowledge has been spread to thousands of different folks from different companies. So let's see what happens. I think a lot of these companies are going to be jumping in because they're sitting on tons of cash, like Apple and Google, of course, and they don't want to see the inflation deplete the value of their wealth, guys. And here we have an update, and it's not really a surprise. The CEO of Kraken Exchange has a $1 million Bitcoin price prediction, saying it could hit $1 million. And I absolutely believe that. Will it happen this cycle? No. I don't believe it will happen this cycle. But remember, there's more Bitcoin to be mined, and it's going to become much harder, more scarcer, and we have more halvings. So another 4 years from now, we have another halving, my friends. So that's why I'm not cashing out or selling all my Bitcoin. I'm holding some long term. I'm holding for the $1 million price point. But I will be taking profits this market cycle because I want to put that money to work. You guys have seen my cash out plan. I want to pay off my mortgage, give me financial freedom that way. I want to possibly open a business. So I'll put that money to work. I'm not cashing out to put money in the bank to lose value, right? So I hope you guys understand my perspective and my goals. But everybody has different financial goals. Do what's best for you, but be smart about it, right? Now, Ro Khanna. Many of you have probably heard of him. He is a representative, U.S. representative out of California. This man tweeted about Bitcoin, right? Talk about being pro-crypto, and he has 281,000 followers on Twitter. Here's what he said. Bitcoin, like digital gold, cannot be devalued, and its decentralization promotes transactional exchange and provides a check against economic mismanagement. Let's nurture it, but protect consumers, prevent abuse, and invest in less carbon-intensive mining. That should happen in America. Yesterday, we talked about Kentucky giving crypto miners tax breaks. We know the world's largest Bitcoin mining farm is being built in Texas. Guys, as I've talked about for years, even in a bear market, there's going to be a macro geoeconomic battle for the control of Bitcoin's hash rate. I've been saying it for years. You guys have seen my videos with Trump and China and all those things. It's coming. The US is not going to watch Bitcoin go up and have China and these other countries, Iraq and so forth, control the majority of Bitcoin and the mining. They're not going to do that. And this is the next, I would say Cold War, so to speak, right? It's not going to be an actual war, but a Cold War. And it's going to be over the control of Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain. That is what's happening. That's why all of these countries are rushing to build their CBDCs. That is why I just recently interviewed Chris Giancarlo, who's looking to build a digital dollar, and he breaks it down in the video how the U.S. needs to make sure they are staying in the lead here, or they risk losing control. Are some of our values of democracy being spread worldwide. So, guys, when I see this makes me bullish. You have Wall Streeters, institutional investors, banks, stock exchanges, credit card companies, politicians on board with Bitcoin and crypto. I hope you see what is taking place right before our eyes. That's why I'm showing you the facts. I'm not making this up. I'm not pulling it out of my ass. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, so to speak. All those idioms, right? I am showing you the cold, hard facts here, my friends, and I hope it is sinking in. We are in a position to make significant returns. We are so early. I know it seems a bit late, but in the adoption curve, we're still early, my friends, and there's more to come. Wait till Bitcoin gets to like 20 to 30% adoption rate, and beyond that, it's going to be crazy. So hodl, be patient, and just watch the capitulation happen. So moving ahead here, BitGo, well-known Bitcoin custody platform, a crypto platform, a crypto custody, I should say. They have received a New York District, NYDFS approval for New York Trust Charter. The firm plans to offer New York banks crypto custody as a service. Let me read that back for you. The firm plans to offer New York retailers, New York shoppers? No, banks, my friends, crypto custody as a service. Banks, stock exchange, credit card companies, everybody is getting into this. We heard about the news just a couple of weeks ago, BNY Mellon. We know JP Morgan's on board. Wait till Bank of America makes their big announcement, guys, because they've been filing for patents for years. I've shared on the channel all types of crypto wallets and so forth. They've been filing for patents, and they actually won some. So, guys, big things ahead. Here's a quote. We're finding that the largest traditional financial institutions are all doing a considerable amount of work to determine that their level of participation will be in the digital asset space. Najarian, I apologize, I can't say this guy's name. Pete Najarian said, for BitGo, that can mean collaborative relationships in which we act as a sub-custodian, or we work in partnership, or we develop white label solutions. Guys, all the bells and whistles, all the white glove service, the infrastructure being set up here. This is a beautiful thing to see. For those of us who've been here, for years talking about this, when people were still hating on Bitcoin and crypto, when Jamie Dimon was still calling it trash and garbage, we went through all of that and the bloody bear market, and look at what is happening now. Full 180, full capitulation, and the price is going to follow, my friends. Now, I've talked about Mark Cuban ad nauseum on this channel about his smoke and mirrors move, him and Kevin O'Leary. One point Mark was in the bear market saying bananas are better than Bitcoin. Now he's all on board. Now he's a fan of Bitcoin. He's a fan of Ethereum, NFTs, and so forth. Well, he owns the Dallas Mavericks, and they're going to accept Dogecoin for tickets, merchandise. The team will soon be accepting the crypto as part of a deal with payment services provider BitPay. So they know, Mark's a smart guy, right? And once again, I think he was just playing a game. They've been accumulating for years. I've broken it down in different videos showing the flip-flops and all of that. But this is adoption. I know it's Dogecoin, but it'll start with Dogecoin and they'll accept more things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so forth. And the team is no stranger to crypto. So actually, they accept crypto right now. They accept Bitcoin as a method of payment, and they did this almost 2 years ago. The Mavericks have decided to accept Dogecoin as payment for Mavs tickets and merchandise for one very important, earth-shattering reason. Because we can. Mark Cuban, the team's billionaire owner, barked in a press release. So, look, they're going to accept whatever crypto is popular, but that speaks to the adoption. It shows they're paying attention. They realize people are putting their money into this, and they know it's only going to continue because this is an emerging market that's getting adoption and going mainstream. So, big news there. Now, DeFi and staking insurance startup Unslash raises $2 million. You may say, well, why is this important? As I've said on this channel for years, for people to get into this market, institutional and retail, they need to make sure there's the same protections and security that there is in the traditional financial world of investing in stocks and other assets. There needs to be assurance, insurance, security, all these respective things, right? You put your money in a bank account with a bank that is FDIC insured, right, guys? So these things need to be present in the crypto market, and they're very important for the growth. So this is big. Experimental crypto zones like DeFi and staking are seeing an influx of insurance products, but not as we know it. Let me give you some more details. Launched in January 2021, Unslash designs decentralized insurance products that players in the crypto industry can purchase to cover the various risks they may encounter or they might encounter. That could be a DeFi lending platform going bankrupt, for example, or cover against the penalties incurred if a set of nodes has unexpected downtime. It might also include more esoteric risks like stablecoins losing their peg, smart contract, oracle failures, and so on. I love this, guys. I love this. This is so great. It will allow and put the trust level in place for people to put more capital into this market. And that is, what does that mean for us? Higher returns. So put your thinking cap on there to understand why these elements are so important. And this is why you need to know this as a crypto investor, that these things are being built out. This is not just a fad. This is not just people doing things willy-nilly. There's legit building of the infrastructure and legit research, data analytics, all of the bells and whistles and moving parts and components being set up for mass adoption. Now, Argo blockchain CEO becomes the first publicly traded company exec paid in Bitcoin. Now, you may say, well, this guy's in the blockchain and crypto, and he's getting paid in Bitcoin. So what? Game theory, and somebody has to start the trend, and you'll see that trend get adopted and continue. And in fact, I've interviewed some folks on my end who allow companies to pay folks. And let me bring it up here. I interviewed Jonathan Chester of Bitwage. So multiple times, actually, I've interviewed him 3 times, and they have a 401k. They allow you to get your money in your pay, essentially your compensation in Bitcoin or other cryptos. So see what's happening here. There's different things being set up, and it's not just going to be for a CEO of a crypto miner, right? It's going to be other companies and regular companies doing this. I think people are going to opt for that. So I love to share with you guys global news and things that are happening worldwide, because guess what? The crypto market is global, and there's no borders, there's no gatekeepers. You don't have to be accredited. You have just $5,000 in your bank account and you put $1,000 into Bitcoin, you're part of the asset class. Or you could just put $50 into Bitcoin, right? That is how amazing this asset class is, and why I've said it's going to be the greatest asset class ever. And that is not hyperbole. We're talking about borderless blockchain assets that anybody can access if they have internet, right? And under the umbrella of crypto, you're going to have tokenized securities and commodities. You're going to have tokenized real estate and so forth. And you have digital assets. And you're going to have, guess what? CBDCs, digital currencies, all falling under that umbrella. So think about how big that is, my friends. This is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this. You think about the stock market and stocks and so forth, and even certain real estates. You can't just roll up in any, if you're let's say you're in another part of the world, you can't just go buy stocks in any company you want, let's say in America, or buy any real estate you want. There's so many, roadblocks there, right? So to just keep that in mind. With this, there's not. You could be in a country in Africa, Australia. You could be in Iceland, anywhere, guys, and you can participate in the asset class. So Colombia's first commercial bank to pilot crypto services, Banco de Bogota, will use the test to explore business models and risks around crypto assets. Of course, you better innovate, you better stay up to date, or you will become dead. Innovate or die. So this bank, guys, this commercial bank was established in 1870. So it's funny that you have, one of the oldest banks here in the world, and then you have one, of course, in the United States, the oldest American bank, BNY Mellon, that just made the move. So I think we're seeing here a trend, right? So Banco de Bogota said Monday that the pilot program begins this month and will allow the bank to explore business models and risks associated with handling of crypto assets, according to a portfolio report. The sandbox from the Financial Superintendents of Colombia is aimed to provide a, I quote, joint test space between the digital ecosystem and the national government in terms of crypto assets, the news source said. The bank will select a limited group of clients for the pilot, who will be given the option to make cryptocurrency deposits and withdrawals using Banco de Bogota's mobile and virtual banking channels. My friends, what's coming is going to blow your mind. And once again, I'm not trying to overhype you or say hyperbole here, but if you have the world's largest institutions, banks, getting involved, you have stock exchanges, credit card companies. Just yesterday, we talked about Discover Card, right? What do you think is going to happen? Just think about that, right? The institutions that control a lot of our money, that have a lot of power, that essentially run our economy and infrastructure, are getting involved in crypto. We are going to see record-breaking prices like never before. And you will see the people who didn't believe in crypto, they talk trash about it. Just like Kevin O'Leary, who just capitulated. They will capitulate. Many of them are probably going to be like, oh, I wish I listened to you, man, when you told me to buy Bitcoin and so forth, right? And that's why you should also, I think there's going to come a point, like, make sure you have some level of security, like, where you live, different things, right? Without going into too many details. Because there's going to come a time where many of us are going to make ridiculous amount of money if we play it right. And there's going to be a lot of people probably jealous and know, hey, wow, if Bitcoin goes to $100,000 plus, eventually 500,000, people are going to go nuts. Like, wow. And there's going to be massive FOMO. And it's not like this is 2013. We're going to be at as Citibank said, a tipping point of mass adoption. So a lot of people are going to be talking about this. This is going to be more prominent. And, at some point, we probably, all of us need to be careful what we say, what we put on social media and so forth. And I'm speaking to myself as well. Anyway, with money, comes a lot of attention, and you have to be careful. I'm just saying, depending on what you're holding or whatever it may be, it's relative, right? So you got to think about all these things. So, guys, this is Bullish. What do you think? Leave your thoughts and comments below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Share this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Once again, don't forget my interview is coming up with Hester Pierce and Walter Cook here. And you don't want to miss those. Make sure you have the notification bell enabled. And I will talk to you guys later.